marks the 33rd anniversary for the Americans with Disabilities Act.
The law eliminated the barriers to employment, public accommodation, and transportation for some 43 million citizens with disabilities. And joining us live with more is Katie Warden, director with the Northeast ADA Center. Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for being here. Let's talk about the Americans with Disabilities Act and its impact on the U.S. and in Oregon specifically.
Sure. So like you said, it's a comprehensive civil rights law that protects people with disabilities from discrimination in lots of areas of public life: transportation, employment, education. And it was a bipartisan law passed in 1990 by President Bush, like you see here.
It certainly helped shape a lot of policy over the past several decades. Talk a little bit about the impacts that we've seen, particularly recently in Oregon. It has actually been some of the scaffolding for several legal arguments.
Yeah, so the Americans with Disabilities Act, it gives us rights in different areas, and the primary purpose is to eliminate discrimination. And so I'm not sure which lawsuits you're referencing, but Oregon is kind of, at least in Portland, we do know that people are making serious efforts to continue to implement this law and create a more accessible community.
Right, particularly in Portland, a case settled there regards to right-of-way on sidewalks for persons with disabilities to be able to navigate as the city grapples with a homeless problem. So really, there's, I think, many different facets of daily life for a lot of Americans that people may not realize can tie back to ADA legislation.
Definitely, and kind of on that topic, this is a law that protects our largest civil rights group, that people with disabilities were a diverse and large group that anyone can join really at any time, that you can be born with a disability, develop one. And so this law protects so many people in our country.
Yeah, when we think of ADA compliance, we normally think of things like wheelchair access to public buildings, that type thing. But there are other physical manifestations of the ADA. So talk about what it includes.
So you're right that there's lots of guidelines for how to make our sidewalks more accessible, how to make, how to build buildings so that people kind of with all different kinds of bodies and minds can access those buildings. And so there's the physical aspect, but there's also different ways that we can communicate and provide communication access. And then there's kind of ways that we can accommodate people's differences to, make small changes to our policies or the typical ways we do things so that, lots of people can be included.
And does the law include mental conditions as well? It's not just protection for physical abilities.
Right. So the Americans with Disabilities Act, the definition of disability is very broad. It includes people who have all different kinds of conditions, and there's not actually a list of conditions that are included because it's supposed to be such a broad definition that if there's an impact on your life because of a medical condition or a mental health condition, that could be a disability depending on the individual.
Real quickly here, before we run out of time, can we just talk about the Northwest ADA Center and some of the services that folks here can access?
Sure, thank you. So one of our main services is offering free and confidential technical assistance. So that just means that anyone in Portland or in Oregon can call us and ask any question they have about this law, how it might apply to their life or their business, what their rights are or responsibilities. And so we have a hotline number, and we also have a website where people can reach us.
All right. Thank you very much. Appreciate that, Katie Warden. We appreciate you being on AM Extra this morning.
Thank you so much.
And if you'd like to get access to the Northwest ADA Center's free services, you can learn more at nwadacenter.org.
Happening now.